Call is being
Always
recorded.
appreciative. Thank you, Kathy. I'm always appreciative to hearing your voice. Um, it's just motivating. It reminds me of perseverance and just you saying, man, Minister Mooney, I am tired. I get it, and still here you're on the call this morning, right? I love that. Um, you are in my prayers because I know the load that you carry is a big load, you know. But I do appreciate you. I do appreciate you for showing up and showing out. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Um, thank you for praise God. Well, let me tell you, it's not sunny in Chicago right now. uh, then let me say message. Let me start it off. So I just put it out there. Message starts with me, me. Um, so let me start there. Let I want to talk. I want to recap some of what I talked about yesterday. I want to touch on some of those points. And today is a Friday. Although I'm not, to be honest, I'm not feeling my absolute best. Um, and I don't know what that is. But I do want to touch on some of the things that cross my mind that God gives me to share. And yesterday I talked about faith, the soil of faith, um, and planting in unseen ground. And I covered, I compel you all to go back and listen to yesterday's message if you didn't get a chance to listen to it, and maybe even go back even further, because maybe from January up until now, things will start to make sense. Maybe for what's happening in your life right now, maybe it's resistance, whatever it is. There's so much happening, right? So much happening in the economy, so much happening in our community, Chicago, whether it's Atlanta, wherever. It's a lot happening. But I shared yesterday 5 truths about the soil of faith, you know, because this is planting season. And I called it the soil of faith because there are certain things that happen within the soil as long as we have the right mindset. And let me tell you, I never said it was easy, but God never said it would be easy either. But one of the bullet points that I covered, one of the 5 truths was growth starts below the surface. Number 2, the soil doesn't look like success. It could get dirty. All right. Faith must be the first ingredient. When going through your planting process, faith must be the first ingredient. The soil, number 4, the soil must stay covered. We have to protect. We have to get rid of all of the negativity, right? And that's covering prayer. Get rid of the negative talk, toxic voices. And number 5 is God is working while you're waiting. And I want to encourage everyone, because I do have to stay in a space where I too am encouraged. It really keeps me so. I think I explained it to Kathy once that sometimes it feels like I'm in a boxing match and I may be getting hit in the gut, hit in the face, or but the wonderful thing that I can reflect on is the positive thing, that announcement. Like sometimes I hear her announce me walking to the ring, knowing that I'm about to get in this fight, but I feel like I could defeat the world, right? I feel like the battle can be won. And that really is my faith kicking in, that regardless of what this fight is going to look like, I feel like I can win, right? So I want to motivate this morning around some of those key things that I talked about. And the motivation that I want to offer is staying faithful in the soil. And I think I'm speaking, and I want to say, I think I'm speaking to leaders this morning, the leader in you. right? That wants the outcome. But I tell you, with the way, like I said, it's looking kind of gloomy today. You heard Kathy say tired, right? Just not feeling her absolute 100% energetic best this morning. But I guess this is good timing to say that faith doesn't wait for evidence. It creates it. Once again, faith just doesn't wait for the evidence, regardless of how you feel. But during that time, I'm feeling a certain way or things don't look is probably a great time to create it based off of my faith, create the outcome by the what I do in this soil process, and that's staying faithful. So my opening charge to everyone is to say to you what was said to me is that I'm not buried. You're not buried. You're planted. Let me say that one more time. You're not buried. You're planted. And the soil of faith may feel quiet, it may feel dark, or even slow, or gloomy, but make no mistake, something powerful is happening beneath the surface, right? So I want to remind you, like two message starts with me, that I constantly have to be reminded. I praise God for my wife. I praise God for the people that speak positivity into my life. I praise God for motivational books, the inputs that I listen to. And I have to remind myself that faith is the strategy when the progress isn't necessarily visible right now. Let me say that one more time. Faith is a strategy when progression isn't visible. So there's three powerful reminders for leaders. And I said I was speaking to the leaders in you in this soil phase, in this dirty phase, in this gloomy, sometimes it may not feel good type of phase. There's three powerful reminders for the leader in you that I want to speak to. And the number one reminder is your roots are growing before your results are showing. Your roots are getting deeper. Let me say that one more time. As long as you stay planted and you don't think that you're buried, your roots are growing before your results are showing. So don't second guess and uproot what you've planted. Let me say that one more time. Don't second guess and uproot what you've planted. You just because it hasn't broken the ground yet doesn't mean that your roots are getting stronger and deeper. What you can't see today is setting the stage for what will walk in your life tomorrow. Number two, I want to say it like this. Silence, don't be fooled. Silence doesn't mean it's not working. All right? It doesn't matter what things may look like right now. There is something happening. And why? Because God often works in silence. God often works in silence. So sometimes we may have the perspective, well, my team isn't, or Connor isn't, but it doesn't have to all the time be loud. And this is what we're talking about, what happens under the soil. It doesn't have to be loud, but God is working in silence. He often does that. So progress is being made in the places maybe where you're not even looking. Let's take a look at what's happening with our hearts. What is our belief? Are we building character through these times? What are we structuring to be in order? The other day I shared that I had to declutter. It was horrible. Oh my God. I had to declutter. So progress can be made in places that we are not looking, and maybe we can look at ourselves during this season, this soil phase, and start looking at our hearts. What do we actually believe will happen? What is our disposition, right? And who are we putting around us, right? And that's the quiet work. That doesn't have to be loud at all, right? Number 3 of this, what I want to remind the leaders to just kind of meditate on and think about is the soil tests what you really believe. Yes, while you're in the soil, while we're in the soil, it tests really, it's a big test of what we really believe. While it's gloomy, do I really believe that the sunshine will come? Will I see a rainbow? Do I believe I'll see a rainbow? Do I believe there's light at the end of the tunnel? Do I believe that I'm a diamond in the making? Right? Do I believe that I will thrive in 2025? If you keep showing up, this is one thing that I do believe. If we keep showing up, speaking life, serving people, right, and sowing what is, let me reverse that. If we keep showing up, speaking life, serving people, and just showing up when it's not glamorous and when it's not popping, we're already winning. See, you showed up this morning. You show up on the calls. You show up when it's time to celebrate 420. You show up when it's time when somebody is looking for you. You show up when it comes to doing the system. You show up, you show up, you show up. And that means you are already winning. See, the unseen phase separates seasonal workers from harvest warriors. Let me say that one more time. The unseen phase that we are all going through now is what separates those seasonal workers from those dedicated harvest warriors. So this is my challenge for this morning. Well, first, before I say that, I wanted to share this testimony yesterday, but I'm going to share it today. Out of the blue, you all, I just so happened to get a ding yesterday morning, right before the call, and it said, you have a new customer. Now, I didn't recognize who this person is, have no clue, but what I do remember is believing that as I continue to put the postcards in the back of my passenger seat so that my Uber passengers can see those postcards and see the blood type chart, that eventually someone in this system will work without me. And that's exactly what happened. It was a $300 order. I said, wow, oh my God, amazing. So this is the leadership challenge that I want to offer. And I want to ask, are you treating this invisible growth within this season like it's preparation, or are we treating it like it's punishment? Which mindset do we have? This is the challenge. Are we treating this invisible growth season like preparation or like punishment? It's the mindset. Are you talking like someone who's buried or someone who's just planted? Who do you believe? Here's an action step just to start practicing what it is that we believe. Choose one area this week where you'll plant by faith and not by your feelings. Let me say that one more time. Because feelings can get us in trouble. Feelings get me in trouble all the time. People hurt my feelings, or maybe I'm just that sensitive. Sometimes I walk around with a chip on my shoulder. So choose one area this week. Mooney, choose one area this week where you'll plant by faith and not by your feelings. Mooney, Minister Mooney, keep speaking over your team and customers, even if they haven't responded yet. Keep driving Uber, and when you do, keep those postcards in your seat, in that back seat, because somebody's going to pick it up, and it's going to be a blessing to somebody. You keep putting those postcards, as Margaret Dorsey would be, in every single commercial location she can where she knows it's going to be traffic. That's action step number 2, Mooney. Mooney, Minister Mooney, y'all, I do talk to myself. Ask my wife. Minister Mooney, right? Expect unseen ground to move. Expect the unseen, what's underground, to move. Expect the unseen of what's being planted underground to move. So, my declaration that I'm going to close out with is for this, and you can repeat it with me. I'm not buried. I am planted. And what God grows in the dark will shine in the light. One more time. I am not buried. I am planted. And what God grows in the dark will shine in the light. Leaders and above, I'm looking forward to talking with you and meeting, well, not leaders, rubies and above, I'm looking forward to talking with you and meeting with you today. And right after this call, again, Kathy, thank you, thank you, thank you. I totally understand, love you, and I'm giving the mic right back to you. God bless everyone.
Love you right back, Willie. Wow, that was awesome. Thank you so much for giving us those points. Hope you guys took notes. This call is recorded, and so you'll be able to grab that on the app once it's loaded. Appreciate your time, your attention, all of your prayers. Lord of mercy, that was a long drive, but made it back, and I just appreciate all who sent angels to guide. So, have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Remember, today's the second. If you have orders that you need to have amnesty dated, you can call customer service and we can help you out with that. Also, remember that there is opportunity. Yes, there's opportunity to share your business with your customers, with your prospects, letting someone else do the heavy lifting on tomorrow, 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Central, on Sunday, 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern. Listen, have a great, a kind of day, and a wonderful weekend. Bye for now.